Good afternoon. Hope you are doing well. We are going to continue with our CAT questions, and today we are going to focus on DILR. It's just around 4 weeks left for the CAT. So from next week onwards, we'll do one of the most important papers, CAT 2019. But today we are going to continue with some of the earlier CAT papers, right? So guys, let's get into it. Hi, I'm Munira Lokhandwala, and I'm Calcutta alumna, a serial 100 percentiler in the CAT and a 99 percentiler in the GMAT. I also have a CAT verbal book published by Wiley and available on Amazon. You can find me on the Unacademy YouTube Track CAT channel, guys. You can also find me on the Unacademy app. So go to the Play Store, download Unacademy Learning app, install it. Within that, you have to go for the Plus CAT courses, guys. We have numerous courses running for both CAT 2020 and CAT 2021. So we have revisers and cash courses. We have, 4-week strategies. All this is for the current CAT aspirants, the 2020 CAT aspirants. And then we have structured batches for the 2021 aspirants. And not just for CAT, guys. We are doing a lot of batches for XAT, for SNAP, for NMAT. And again, these are both 2020 and 2021. And we are the only institute that focuses on all of these exams with equal importance, right? So guys, I hope to see you there soon. There are 2 other reasons that you need to join as soon as possible. One is the National Scholarship Test that's ongoing. Every Sunday, we have one section test that is taken. So this Sunday, we are going to have the quant section on the 8th of November. And it's a very, very well designed test. It's designed by 100 percentilers like us, right? And along with that, guys, it's an open test, so your rank will be very relevant. It will give you a great idea of where you're standing. Generally, in a closed test, you only get to know how students in the current institute are doing, right? But in a national open test, you get to know how everyone across the country is doing. So that's really a great, great indication of where you are in your CAT prep. And considering by the time you take this, there'll be just 3 weeks left. Information like this is going to be very useful, right? तो इसमें फायदा है और सबसे बड़ा फायदा top 50 scorers, guys, will get 5,000 rupees ka Amazon vouchers, which is not a negligible amount at all, right? So what are you waiting for? Just come enroll for Unacademy app and enroll for this national scholarship test, right? Another information, guys, we are going to start a CAT Plus batch, which is mostly focused on CAT 2021, but will also benefit the 20 guys as well, right? So it's going to be taken by 3 great people, if I can say so about myself, right? It starts on November 4th, which is really starting this week itself, right? And we are going to do sessions on quant, LRDI, and VARC on weekdays, Monday to Friday, every day of the week. So it's a short, compact, and sweet batch, and you'll finish the course by the end of January, right? So that's a great batch that you should definitely aim for, guys. And which subscription to go for, that we can talk towards the end of the session. You can use my code Munira10 to get a great discount, right? So great, here is the puzzle that I gave you yesterday. In fact, it has been a CAT question in the past. Let's see how to solve it. Okay. So let's say this is the center and this is your diameter. So AD is the diameter, and since O is the center, OB will be the radius, and radius, if the diameter is 4, radius will be 2, right? And this is also 2. So let's drop a perpendicular. This will be, let us say, x. So this is 2 minus x. Okay. So this height can be expressed in 2 ways with respect to the Pythagorean triplet, right? So again, let me just name this E. So the height EB is a part of the Pythagorean triplet of the right angle triangle OEB, and it is also a part of the right angle triangle AEB. Okay, so I can express EB as 2 square right? EB square, in fact, not just EB, as 2 square, which is the hypotenuse here, minus 2 minus x the whole square. I can also express EB square as 1 square minus x square. Correct? And so now we can just equate the two together, and you get 2 square minus 2 minus x the whole square is equal to 1 square minus x square. So 4 minus 4 plus 4x minus x square is equal to 1 minus x square. Now this gets cancelled off, this gets cancelled off, and we straight away get x is equal to 1 by 4. Right? Now since it's an isosceles trapezium, AE is 1 by 4, this will also be 1 by 4, and BC is going to be AD minus twice of AE because it's on both the sides, right? Which is 4 minus 2 into 1 by 4, and hence you will get 7 by 2 or 3.5. So this is one way of finding. The other way is you could use area as well. So let's see how we can do that. So as we did this via the Pythagorean triplet, you can also find BD. How do we find BD? Since it's inscribed in the semicircle, this will be a right angle triangle, right? And considering the right angle triangle, you will have BD square as AD square minus AB square, and hence BD square, guys, will be 16 minus 1, right? And hence BD will be root 15. So area of triangle ABD is equal to half into AB into BD, which is equal to root 15 by 2. Now I can also find area triangle ABD as half into height, right? So let us again drop that same E, half into BE into AD, which is equal to half into 4 into BE. So root 15 by 2 is equal to 2BE, right? The areas are equal, and hence BE is equal to root of 15 by 4. Now we can use that to find AE. AE will be nothing but AB square minus root 15 by 4 the whole square is our root. Correct? So AB square, we know that's 1. This is 15 by 16, and once we take the root, this is 1 by 16 ka root, and hence this is 1 by 4. Right? So again, same logic. AE is 1 by 4, so this is also 1 by 4, and hence BC is equal to AD minus half, and you get 7 by 2 again. Right? So these are two ways of solving this, guys. Let's now move on to DILR. So this cat, right, this is one of the earlier cats. It had 55 questions in DILR, out of which we are doing 28 today. Okay. Interestingly, out of these 55 questions, there were 24 questions that were more or less based on Venn diagrams and formal logic. Imagine. So close to half. And then there were 10 questions on data sufficiency, and then only you had 21 questions on DILR. So it's a very interesting set of questions here, and I thought let's do all these 24 questions together. These 10 DS we can do in the next class, which is in the evening. Let's do all these 24 questions together So अपना Venn diagram अच्छे से revise हो जाएगा, right? Formal logic Venn diagrams will be very well revised. So let's just start off with Venn diagrams. The first 10 questions are based on Venn diagrams. Yeah. So each question is consisting of 5 statements followed by options. That is 3 statements ka options, right? And the order is important. You have to choose the option which indicates a valid argument. That is where the third statement is a conclusion drawn from the preceding 2 statements. Ye pura, including the example, all this was a part of the paper. Okay, so for example, all cigarettes are dangerous or hazardous to health. X is a cigarette, so X has to be hazardous, right? So A, B, C is a valid option. Given A and B, you can conclude C from it. Okay, so this is fairly clear. K, if all cigarettes are bad and X is also a cigarette, X has to be bad, right? But how do we go about solving all question types? So here are some basic Venn diagrams that you can use. There are 3 common statements. All A are B's. Okay. Second statement, some A's are B's. And third statement, no A's are B's. So all A's are B's means each and every A has the property of B. So A is a subset of B. This is how you'll represent this. It's like all humans are mammals, right? So it's not as if all mammals are humans. So all A's are B's is not the same as all B's are A's. Not at all. It is not. But A is a subset of B. That's what it means. So A is completely enclosed in B. Okay. Great. You can also have a slight twist here. A's are only B's. That means A cannot be anything else but B's. So A के अंदर और कुछ नहीं आ सकता. This is what it means, right? Great. Let's look at the second statement now. Some A's are B's, not all A's. So A and B intersect. And these are the A's that are also B's. This is the same as saying some B's are A's. Okay. This is how we'll represent. See, the representation becomes a little important if you're trying to solve all these questions. Some of this you can do in your head. For example, इसके लिए कोई representation की ज़रूरत नहीं है. But if you have 5 statements, then some representation will give us clarity. No A's are B's. So A's and B's, they don't intersect. And this is the same as saying no B's are A's. Right? Great. So let's look at questions. All software companies employ knowledge workers. Tata Tech employs knowledge workers. Okay, so ideally we should be doing all these questions by looking at options. But since we are learning, right, let me just talk about these 2 statements. All software companies employ knowledge workers. So software companies, they employ knowledge workers. But knowledge workers can be employed by other companies also. So just because some company employs knowledge workers does not mean that they become software companies. Right? It's like saying all humans eat vegetables. Right? And a cow eats vegetables. Is cow a human being? No. So it's the same example, right? So you have to be very clear about all this. Great. So now let's look at options. A, B, C. A, B, C is clearly flawed, right? Just because Tata Tech employs knowledge workers does not mean it is a software company. ACB. All software companies employ knowledge workers. Tata Tech is a software company. Okay. And B says Tata Tech. So this is perfect. Right? You have software companies employing knowledge workers. Tata Tech is a software company. So Tata Tech has to employ knowledge workers. Right? So B is best. Don't even check any of the others. You don't need to. This is not a verbal, right? It's logical reasoning. There's only one correct answer. So first one answer is option B. Great. Second, traffic congestion increases carbon monoxide in the environment. Increase is bad and hence traffic congestion is bad. Okay. So ABC mein there are clearly some possible logic possible. Some traffic congestion does not cause increased carbon monoxide. So some traffic congestion is not hazardous to health. Now this is tricky. Just because it doesn't increase carbon monoxide doesn't mean that it is not hazardous to health. Something else may be making it hazardous to health, right? So anyway, let's now look at options. CBA. Traffic congestion is dangerous to health. Increase in carbon monoxide is also dangerous to health. So you can't say that traffic congestion increases carbon. अगर ये भी बुरा है, right? So you have hazardous to health as the big set. Traffic congestion is hazardous to health. Carbon monoxide is hazardous to health. So they both are inside the hazardous to health. Are they intersecting? Are they the same? We don't know, right? So CBA is out. Please read it in the order in which it is given. Correct? Increase in carbon monoxide is dangerous. Some traffic congestion does not cause increased carbon monoxide. Okay. So some traffic congestion is not dangerous. Again, as I said, right? So here if I draw the diagram, carbon monoxide, B, right, is dangerous to health, carbon monoxide. Some traffic congestion does not cause increased carbon monoxide. So there's some traffic congestion that is falling outside, definitely. But that does not mean that it is, I can have dangerous, irrespective of whether it's because of carbon monoxide or not, right? So this is out. Traffic congestion is dangerous. Some traffic congestion does not cause increased carbon monoxide. So again, some traffic congestion is not hazardous to health. Again, this is not helpful. Let's check BAC. Increase in carbon monoxide is dangerous. Traffic congestion increases carbon monoxide. So traffic congestion is dangerous. This is perfect. It's all right. All of them. So again, now if I draw the D option, you have increase in carbon monoxide is dangerous. So this is carbon monoxide. This is the danger part. Traffic congestion increases. So traffic congestion is a part of this. And so hence that will also be dangerous, right? So our best option is option D. Great. Let's look at the third question. Apples are not sweet. Some apples are sweet. So यहाँ पे there are two sweets. There is, I'm just looking, yeah. There is the sweets, matlab mithai, and sweet matlab meetha. Okay. Whereas the tasty is only one. So we'll avoid A and B. Let's see if we can have something which has more of C, D, E. Okay. So no apple is tasty. That is E. All sweets are tasty. So let's do C, E, and A. Okay. So all sweets are tasty. That is C. Sweets is inside tasty. No apple is tasty. So apple is completely outside tasty. So how can an apple be a sweet? Right? So answer is option A. Great. Let's move on to the next one now. Some towns in India are polluted. All polluted towns should be destroyed. Town Meghna should be polluted. Okay. So Meghna ke saath things look good, right? Because it should be destroyed. All polluted towns should be destroyed. Town Meghna is polluted, so town Meghna should be destroyed. So BDC if we can find, which we can't find. So let's now look at options. BDE mein kya hai? All polluted towns should be destroyed. Okay. Town Meghna is polluted. Some towns in India should be destroyed. Not at all, right? We are saying all should be destroyed. So यहाँ पे some towns in India are polluted is needed, which is not there. Okay, so this is out. Let's look at BAE. All polluted towns should be destroyed. Some towns in India are polluted, so these some towns should be destroyed. So BAE is perfect. So once you get used to this, guys, with practice, you don't even need to draw. But let's draw this. All polluted towns should be destroyed. So destroying ke andar you have polluted town. Some towns in India are polluted, So these polluted towns should definitely be destroyed. No patriot. So bundle das, bogus das. No patriot is criminal. So they don't intersect. Bandal Das is a patriot, so he cannot be a criminal. And if he is a criminal, then he cannot be a patriot. So A होना चाहिए सब में. So A सब में है. Otherwise there is no connection. So let's check ACE, ACB. Is a criminal. No patriot is a criminal. This guy is a patriot, right? So he is not a criminal. So option A is best. If we quickly check ABC, you can't say just because he's not a criminal, he is a patriot. Not a criminal can be outside patriot also, right? So ABC need not be true. Okay. ADE. Bogus Das is not a patriot. Right? Bogus Das. Again, not से कुछ नहीं होगा. ABE, no patriot is a criminal. ये तो होगा ही नहीं, right? So best, as we said, is answer ACB. Great. Let's move on. Ant eaters and ants का है ये कुछ. Ant eaters like ants. If Balram is an ant eater, Balram has to like ants. तो ACD पे कुछ अगर है ending in D, ये रहा देखो. So sometimes this is helpful, right? So you say all ant eaters like ants. So ant eaters is inside ants. Balram is an ant eater. Balram has to like ants, right? So answer here is option D. All actors are handsome. Really? Is that so? Some actors are popular. Ram is handsome. Ram is a popular actor. Blah, blah, blah. So again, best. There are two things here. Let's start looking at options. ACD. All actors are handsome. Ram is handsome. Does not mean Ram is an actor, right? So actor is inside handsome. If someone is handsome, does not mean they are an actor. Correct? ABE, all actors are handsome. Some actors are popular. Some popular people are handsome. So again, if you just check this, actors is inside handsome. These popular actors, the actors that are popular, have to be handsome, right? So option B is good. DCA, if we check, Ram is a popular actor, Ram is handsome. ये तो obviously all के बारे में we can't come up with. So none of these other options will be true. Modern industry is technology driven. अब यहाँ पे all है ही नहीं. But when you have a statement like here also, right? Or anteaters like ants. The assumption is that all anteaters like ants. All modern industry is technology driven. So if you have a modern industry, it will be technology driven, right? So ABC has to be true. ABD need not be true, right? If you check BCA, BCA definitely will not be true. EBC is modern. So if technology driven industry is modern, right, and BTI is technology driven, then BTI is modern, right? So ऐसा तो नहीं है. So answer here is first option. Great, let's move on. All Golmaal Islanders are blue colored people. So Golmaal is a subset of blue color. Golmaal and blue color. Now let's see what we can do. What are the options we have? B, C, D. Some smart people are not blue colored people. Some babies are blue colored. Some babies are smart. So this is not helpful at all, right? Some smart people are not blue colored. So there are smart people that don't fall inside blue color. Now some babies are blue colored. Does not mean that some babies are smart, because it may not fall in the smart category. ABE, all Golmaal are blue colored. Some smart people are not. Some smart people are not Golmaal Islanders. So the ones that are not blue colored, they are not going to intersect with blue. How can they intersect with Golmaal? So B has to be true. If you check CBD, some babies are blue colored. Some smart people are not blue colored. Some babies are smart, will not work. Okay. MBAs are in great demand. Ram and Sita are in great demand. Ram is in great demand. Sita is in great demand. And they are MBAs. Okay. So यहाँ पे there is this mean all MBAs are in great demand. So ABE, MBAs are in great demand. Just because Ram and Sita are in great demand does not mean they are an MBA, right? वो बाहर भी गिर सकते हैं. This is great demand. This is MBA. So someone who is in great demand need not be an MBA. A gaya. ECD. Ram and Sita are MBA. Ram is in great demand. Sita is in great demand. Definitely not. Cannot say this. All MBAs are in great demand. Ram and Sita are MBAs. Ram and Sita are in great demand. This is great, right? If you are an MBA, you are in great demand. So answer is option C. So great, guys. This is one side of Venn diagram questions that we did. Another side, all this, remember, this is in the same paper. This is a formal logic thing, formal logic. So either or pe do questions hai, right? And then there is a if and whenever. So either or means one of them has to be true. Both cannot be false. Now to show that one of them has to be true, right? The logical implication will work by saying that if one is false, then the other is true. So if I say either I eat breakfast or lunch, right? So the conclusion, how the statements will work is, I can't start by saying I ate breakfast and then say hence I did not eat lunch, because either or में दोनों भी हो सकते हैं. So this does not mean this. But if I start by saying I did not eat breakfast, one of them has to be true. So if I did not have breakfast, then I must have had lunch. This logic has to be true. So in either or, you have to start with a negative sentence. With the negative, the second one has to be positive. Okay. Then with if statements, you have if A, then B. So if it rains, I carry an umbrella. Right? So there are two possible things here. कि अगर बारिश हो रहा है, तो you will carry an umbrella. Rains implies umbrella. But if it is not raining, does not mean you will not carry an umbrella. An umbrella can be carried for the sun also. But if you are not carrying an umbrella, okay, so I'm just using this tilde to show not. If you're not carrying an umbrella, it cannot be raining, because if it was raining, you would be carrying an umbrella. So if A then B said, these are the two possible sentences, right? So great, let's look at questions. Either the orangutan is not angry or he frowns upon the world. So either it is not angry or he is frowning. Okay, so as I said, you can't start with a positive. So you can't start with A. Okay, so A, B need not be true. First statement has to imply the second. So again, orangutan is अभी यहाँ पे not है, पर original भी ये not था. So this is also not a negative. Okay. But if the orangutan is not frowning, then the orangutan must be not angry. तो CB का link है. Because अभी ये negative हो गया है. This not frowning means this part is negative. So CB का hence it is not angry. Or if it is angry, so negative of a negative, right? Angry. Then he must be frowning upon the world, and hence the option is D. Either CB or DA. So either he is a demon or he is a hero. Next one. So what are we going to say? That if he is not a demon, then he must be a hero. Or if he is not a hero, then he must be a demon. So you have to start with a not. So D से B निकलेगा DB, और C से A निकलेगा CA. So you can see answer has to be option D. Right? Great. Next question. Whenever Rajiv uses the internet, he dreams about spiders. That means each and every time Rajiv uses the internet, he dreams about spider. So this is like saying if Rajiv, whenever, right? All the time. So इससे क्या state sentence निकलेगा कि Rajiv is using the internet, means he's dreaming about spiders. But if he's not dreaming about spiders, then he is not using the internet. A single statement है, दो नहीं. Okay. So Rajiv used the internet. Rajiv dreamt about the spiders. BC is a possibility. जो है नहीं. But if he didn't dream about spiders, then he is not using the internet. AD is possible, and hence answer is option A. If I talk to my professors, then I do not need to take a pill for headache. तो उसमें क्या होगा कि talking means no pill. So if I'm taking a pill, negative of this, then I'm not talking. So I talked to my professors, I did not need to take a pill. AB है. So it has to be AB, or ये वाला भी हो सकता है, AB and CD. What is CD? I needed to take a pill because I did not talk to my professor. So answer here is option D. So formal logic, all these questions, guys, if you see, they are very quick to do and they are very clear. There is no dichotomy, no dilemma what answers, right? Next set. So here, this is a continuation of Venn diagrams, as we can see. But instead of 5 statements, each statement has a Venn diagram connotation, and you have to select the statement that is correct. Statement or statements, okay? So now we'll check each of them. What I would advise, the way you're solving it, how should we solve it? पहले एक बार options देखें. Pick up one statement that will make options half, right? So if I, for example, I find out कि A is true or false. अगर A true है, answer is A or C. अगर A false है, तो answer is B or D. And then you check for one more and you will get your answer. So you don't need to check for all 4, guys. You need to maximum check for 2. Maximum kya? Exactly 2 all the time. So let's see how to go about it. Okay. No cowboys laugh. We started with A, right? Based on the analysis. Some who laugh are sphinxes. So cowboys and laughing are separate. Laughing and sphinxes intersect. अब ये जो है sphinxes that are laughing, they cannot be cowboys. So A is true. That means I can eliminate option B and option D. Now I can check for B or D. अगर B check करती हूँ वो right है तो answer is option A. Otherwise straight away it is option C. So let's check for B. All ghosts are fluorescent. So ghost is a subset of fluorescent. Some ghosts do not sing. Okay. So these ghosts that who do not sing, these ghosts are also fluorescent. So we can't deduce that some singers are not fluorescent. If you check A, some crazy people are, play the piano. All crazy people are whistlers. Crazy people, piano. This is piano. All crazy people are whistlers. So ये हो गया अंदर, right? So some whistlers also play the pianos, right? So you can see how D is right and B is not. Answer is option C. Let me get rid of all this. Great. Again, now let us look at, you have C in 3 of the options. But based on whether C is right or wrong, then we can just check for B or D. But here you may need to check for 3 options. So great, let's check for C first. All pizzas are snacks. Some meals are pizzas, so those meals have to be snacks, right? C has to be true. We can eliminate A only. Now let us check for B. No footballers are ministers, so they are outside, right? All footballers are tough. Some ministers are players, but players का तो कुछ बात ही नहीं हुआ है, so B cannot be true. Some barkers are musketeer, so we'll need to check D also, guys. Some barkers are musketeer. This is barker, this is musketeer. All barkers are sloth bears. So some sloth bears are musketeer. They will have to be, right? Because some sloth bears are barkers and those barkers are musketeer. So answer is option A, C and D. Dinosaurs. Now here first let's analyze. Let's do B. Right? A dinosaur bade sentence hai. All politicians are frank. Okay, so politicians is a part of frank. No frank people are crocodiles. Crocodiles pure bahar hai. So crocodiles cannot be politicians. Clear? B has to be true. So ye gaya aur ye gaya. Now let's check for C. No diamond is quartz. Yeah, bahar hai. No opal is quartz. So opal iske bahar hai. But that does not mean that diamonds are opals. So C need not be true. And hence answer is B only. Great. Next set. All earthquakes cause havoc, this and that. Let's do B first. All glass things are transparent. So glass things, transparent. Some curios are glass things. So curios and glass things intersect. So they also have to be transparent, right? Wherever the intersection is taking place. So B is true. So we can reject D only, A only. All clay objects are brittle. Now I need to check for C. All XY are clay objects. So all XY will be brittle. And some XY will definitely be brittle. So answer is option C. This is true. Some of them will be brittle. Great. Let's look at options. We need to do statement C first. C दो options में है. Yeah, let's do C first. All cops are brave. So brave बाहर है, cops अंदर है. Some men are cops. So those cops who are men who are cops, they will have to be brave. So C is true. We can eliminate D only. We can eliminate A only. Let's check for B now. Some men are cops. Okay. Men and cops. All cops are brave. So ये अंदर आ गया, right? Brave is outside. Some brave people are cops. So this is true. Right? So answer is B and C. Next one, all IIMs are in India, etc. So again, let's analyze the options. We will do A first. A दो option में है. So all IIMs are in India. So IIMs and India. No BIMs are in India. तो ये तो पूरा बाहर है. तो IIM और BIM कैसे मिल सकते हैं? So A has to be true. ये गया. Okay. Now we'll check for B. All IIMs are in India. No BIMs are in India. No BIMs are IIMs. Yeah, it's the same thing. So it is A and B. 21 and 22, guys. Again, we will first check for options. अब यहाँ पे हर एक option A, B, C, D, so we'll need to check for all of them. Okay. Speak only the truth. So whenever these citizens speak, they only speak the truth. And these are also young people. Correct? But young people speak only. अभी ये जो young people का बाहर हो सकता है. So there could be young people who are not speaking the truth. या young people बीच में हो सकता है. So all young people speak the truth. Main point है कि A need not be true. Speak only the truth. Some yes islands are in Atlantic. Some citizens of yes islands are in the Atlantic. Great, so B is looking good. Let's check C and D also. My problem with B is that it's not using the first one at all. Okay, so let's check C and D. Citizens of yes islands speak only the truth. Some young people are citizens of yes islands. Some young people speak only the truth. So yeah, this has to be true. And C is better than B because C is using all the two statements to come up with the third statement. So answer here will be option C. All mammals are viviparous. Some fish are viviparous. Some fish are mammals, not at all. Oops. So mammals अंदर है, viviparous बाहर है. जो बाहर की fish है वो mammals होना उनका जरूरी नहीं है. Correct? So A is out. All birds are oviparous. So birds, right, and oviparous. Some fish are not oviparous. So how can these fish be birds? So again, B also need not be true. Yeah, let's make some space. No mammal is oviparous. Some creatures are oviparous and some are not. This is so true. So some creatures are not mammals. The ones that are oviparous are not mammals. So C is true. Right? C is true. If you check D, some creatures are mammals. This is creatures, this is mammals. Some creatures are viviparous, but that does not mean, right, that mammals are viviparous. They're viviparous, they need not intersect. So answer is C only. Great. Let's move on to the next two. Many singers are not writers. A, okay, let's do B. Great, at least यहाँ पे B is there in two options. So let's do B. Giants climb beanstalks. Some chicken do not climb beanstalks. So some chickens are not giants, obviously, right? If I draw this, all giants climb beanstalks. And some chickens do not climb beanstalks. So they are out. Those chicken cannot be giants. So B is true. Now we need to check for C. All explorers live in snowdrifts. Some penguins live in snowdrifts, but that can be outside of, right? तो ये penguin है, explorer है, snowdrift है, penguin ऐसा भी हो सकता है, penguin explorer का भी हो सकता है, so need not be true. Answer is B only. A few farmers are rocket scientists. Again, can we do anything here? No. Okay, let's do C first. No bulls eat grass. Bulls बाहर, grass बाहर. All matadors eat grass, तो ये अंदर है. तो ये bull कैसे बन सकते हैं? So C is true. So B only is out. Now let's check for A. A few farmers are rocket scientists. So farmers and rocket scientists, there is an intersection. Some rocket scientists catch snakes, but ये snakes तो अलग ही हो सकता है. So A need not be true. D. Some skunks drive Cadillacs. All skunks are polar bears. So some polar bears also drive Cadillacs. D has to be true. Right? So great. We are done with a lot of Venn diagrams today. Let's now move on to a data interpretation set. The figure below represents sales and network in rupees crore of IVP Limited for 5 years from 94, 95 to 98, 99. Right? So 5 साल का data है. During this period, the sales increased. So first of all, you have to understand कि sales ये graph है, ये y axis लेता है. This is a sales axis and net profit का axis इधर है. So obviously this is not that important क्योंकि numbers clearly दिए हैं. पर अगर नहीं दिए हैं, CAT में काफी सारे you get line graphs where there are two different axes for the different attributes. So ठीक है, sales starts from 100, which is the rectangle. So ये 100 है, फिर 250 है, फिर 290 है, and 680 है. And profit moves from 2.5, 4.5, 6, 8.5, and 12. And what is net profit? It's sales minus total cost. So great, let's look at questions. The highest percentage of growth in sales relative to the previous year. So if I look at the values, correct? 100 increases or अक्सर हमेशा these things happen on smaller values. Okay, so 100 becomes 250, so it becomes 2.5 times. Okay, 250 to 300 is not even doubling, so this won't count. यहाँ तो छोटा decrease है, right? And this is interesting. 290 becomes 680. So it is more than doubling, correct? But is it 2.5 times? So let's find out 2.5 of 290, right? So 290, 290 and 145, this is 2.5 times. And this works out to 6, no, this works out to 7. 25. So definitely this is less than 2.5 times, and hence the answer is 95, 96. Highest percentage growth in net profit. When did that take place? So let's get rid of, a similar analysis for net profit. Again, as we said, right, such things usually take place on smaller values. So 2.5 becoming 4.5, right? That's a multiplier of 1.8. It's an 80% increase. Right? 2.5 into 1.8 gives us 4.5. 4.5 becoming 6 is a 1/3 increase. So this is less. 6 becoming 8.5. So यहाँ पे we had a change of 2 on 2.5. Here you are having a change of 2.5 on a number that's double, more than double, right? So ये भी छोटा ही होगा percentage change. And then last one, 8.5 becoming 12. It's not even becoming 50% more, right? 50% more would have been 12.75. So 80% तो हो ही नहीं सकता. So again this takes place in the year 95, 96. Option D. Defining profitability as a ratio of net profit to sales, recorded the highest profitability in which year? So you want highest profitability. The first year it was 2.5 over 100. Then you had 4.5 over 250. So this has dropped, and we should know that already because ये सिर्फ 80% से increase हुआ है numerator, whereas the denominator has more than doubled. So this ratio here is dropping. Next we move on to is 6 over 300. This is becoming 3 times, but this is not becoming 3 times, so ये भी कम ही है. Now we will check out for 8.5 over 290. Okay, so here this ratio, if we find out, it's exactly 2.5%. So 290 ka 2.5%, right, will be 7.25. We already did this maths a little earlier where we found 7.25. So this is more than 2.5. So this is higher than this number. So now we can eliminate all this. So what happened, guys, actually is that the 300 dropped. Right? 300 dropped to 290. That's why this ratio suddenly became bigger. Okay. And finally, ये तो छोटा ही होगा, right? ये तो 12 has become less than 680. So इसका if we find 2.5%, 1% is 6.8. This is less than 2% itself. Forget 2.5. So highest profitability ratio is in the year 97, 98. With profitability as defined in this question, it can be concluded that profitability is non-decreasing, remained constant. It definitely did not remain constant. Right? And if we see whether it was increasing or not, correct? So 2.5 say first it decreased for 2 years. Right? So 2.5 say it 2.5 over 100 say it decreased, correct? To 4.5 over 250, and then it decreased a little bit more, and then it increased. So it is not as if it is non-increasing or non-decreasing. Here, guys, the answer will be none of the above. Option D. Great. So here are some bonus questions. First, we are doing a bonus logical reasoning, then we'll do a bonus data interpretation, right? So here is your STEM. A number of fighting fish, which is A, B, C, D, E, F, and G, are placed into an aquarium. Their owner knows that some of these fish dislike each other, so she places certain fish only with certain other fish. Additionally, some fish are not placed when other fish are present. So some fish occur together and some fish do not get along as well. That's what it means, okay? These arrangements are defined by the following constraints, that if A is in the aquarium, F is out. If C is out, then A and B are in. Okay. If E is out, then C is also out. And if D is in, then C is out. E is out, sorry. Okay. So these are 4 constraints. We just have 4 constraints. You can do a lot of analysis based on these constraints, right? For example, if D is in, right, E is out, then C has to also be out. Correct? So we can do this analysis, but instead let's start looking at questions. Your first question, which of the following could be a group of fish that are placed into the aquarium? So 4 options अपने पास है already. Now we just need to ensure that these 4 options are satisfying the 4 conditions. Which of these 4 options is? That is going to be our answer. Right? So great. A is in, F is out. So do we have A and F together? Not at all. So that constraint is not. C is out, then A is in and B is in. Okay, so this is also fine. E is out, then C is out. So यहाँ पे we can eliminate this option. Here E is out. So C also has to be out. But C is in. So option D can be eliminated. Here, for instance, again, E is out, but C is in. So option B can be eliminated. Okay. Great. Moving on to the D is in, then E is out. So here you have D is in, but E is not out. So you can eliminate option C also, and hence the answer is option A. So which fish could be present in the aquarium regardless of the presence of other fish? Yeah. So first of all, if we see here, you have E, F, A, B. Correct? So A and F are good contenders for being there regardless of other fish. So let's have A here. Correct? A is in, that means F is not there. So F ka being there matters based on whether A is there or not. Please remember that A ka being in or not does not matter whether F is there or not. But if A is in, F is out, so there is a clear here connection between the two. Okay? So presence of F, right, does depend on whether A is there or not. So we can eliminate F here. Okay? Now let's check for other statements. If C is out, then A is in and B is in. Okay? So C not being there ensures that A is in. What if C is in? Does that mean A is out? No, that does not mean that. Correct? So A doesn't depend that much on whether C is in or out. So let's make that distinction, guys. Okay, A ke presence se F cannot be present, right? And hence F's presence depends on whether A is there or not. But C is not there means A is there. Does not mean that if C is in, A is out. It doesn't mean that. Okay? Great. If D is in, Does that mean that E will be out? Yes. From here we can say that if E is in, so the negative, right? We already focused on this formal logic negative. If E is in, D is out. So the presence of D, right, depends on E. So we can go back and eliminate that. Now here if you see, I'm left with A and G. G के बारे में कुछ भी नहीं बताया. So G does not depend on any of these conditions and hence G should be present, right? Can be present regardless of the presence of anybody else and hence here the answer is option G. Okay, we have eliminated these options, other options, answer is option G. What is the maximum number of fish that could be present in the aquarium? So 4 fish तो हमने डाल दिया है. इसमें we can always add G. So 5 fish तो हो ही गए हैं. Correct? Let's see if we can add more. You have EF, ABG. If D is in, then E is out. Okay, so what are we supposed to, what can we add now? C and D. Okay, so if C is out, then A and B has to be in, right? But what happens if C is in? Okay, if C is in, there is no condition for C is in. So let's see whether this satisfies all our conditions or not, right? A is in, F is out. So it does not satisfy this condition, right? Now moving forward, if I want to maximize, now let's look at it independently only. We want as many people as possible, right? To maximize the number of people. Let us start with A and B. Both are in. F has to be dropped. One of these F has to be dropped, right? So if we start with 7, one of them has to be dropped here, correct? So let's drop F. We are still left with 6. So A and B, they are in, right? F is out. Now, if I get D in, I'll have to leave E out. But if I get E in, so let's get E in, right? Then E can have D in also, because from here what we can say that if E is in, D has to be out. So we are dropping 2 people. We can add G also, right? And since E is in, C can also be in, so we can have 5 people here. Right? Great, guys. Let's move on to the next one. If B is in the aquarium, which fish must be out of the aquarium? So B is in the aquarium. If A and B, they are both in, right? C must be out. So C has to be out of the aquarium. If C is out of the aquarium, then which of the following must be true? So C is out of the aquarium. A and B has to be in. And if A, so A is in the aquarium, and if A is in, then F is out. So F is out of the aquarium. So answer is option B. If F is in the aquarium, which of the following must be true? So if F is in the aquarium, A must be out. And if A is out, yeah, so if F is in, A must be out. And if A is out, then C has to be in. Because if C was out, right, then A would be in. So C has to be in. So C is out of the aquarium is false. Right? Great, guys. Now we'll move on to a bonus DI set. The following table gives details of 2 tests of CAT and XAT held in 2005. Okay, so CAT, there are 3 parts and 6 sections. Number of questions are 130. It is 1 marks or 2 marks, and marks for incorrect answer is 1/3 of the total. Correct? XAT parts are not applicable. There are 4 sections. Each of them are 1 marks and 145, 1/4 of the marks. CAT was of 3 parts. Part 1 had 1 and 2, 2 had 3 and 4, 3 had 5 and 6. 1, 3, 5 are 1 markers, 2, 4, 6 are 2 markers. The sectional net scores are computed as follows: correct plus incorrect, and then total is sectional plus marks for unattempted questions. Unattempted is minus 0.25. So a lot of work here, right? Let's now see. 4 friends have taken both CAT and XAT. Okay. So CAT में कितने हैं basically, guys? Just okay. CAT has 130 questions and XAT has 145 questions. Okay. Now 130, 145 questions है, and इसमें we know that section 1 to 6 में all these are 1 markers. 1 marker, 1 marker, 1 marker, and these are 2 markers, 2 markers, and 2 markers. Right? Great. So let's look at questions. Who scored most in CAT and who scored least in XAT? Okay, so out of the 4 friends, let's find Amit's score for CAT. Amit's score for CAT is going to be correct 7 into 1, and incorrect, right, which is 3/3, because it's 1/3 incorrect, right? And then you have 5, section 2 is 2 markers, okay, minus 4/3. Okay, so what we'll do instead of doing this like this is, जो 1 markers है उसको सीधा add करो, 7, 6 and 20. So his total score is going to be 33, 1 markers, correct? And his incorrect in 1 markers is 3, 2 and 4, which is 9, correct? So 9 divided by 3, ये उसके 1 mark का score हो गया. Now similarly 2 marks is 5, 8 and 6. Okay, so 5, 8 and 6 is going to be 19. 19 twos are 38. And with respect to questions, that's 2, 1. So 3 questions incorrect, right? So it's 3 into 2 divided by 3. So that's a minus 2. So 30 plus 36 is his score. Now this is his score with respect to sections. उसने जितना attempt नहीं किया है ना, uska this fellow is going to lose 0.25. So how many has he attempted here? 10, 17, 25, 34, 34 plus 24 is going to be 58 plus 6, he has attempted 64. So he has not attempted 130 minus 64, which is 66. Okay, so 66 ka 0.25 is going to be subtracted. So let's leave it as of here. Correct? 64 is attempted, marks are 66. For Alok, you have 20 and 22 and then 15, right? So that is straight away a score of 20, 22, 42 and 15 is 57. And incorrects are very high, 10, 20, 29. So this is approximately 10. So he gets around 47.33. 2 markers may he has only got 4 right, which is 8, and 4 wrong. So that's 8 by 3. Correct? So 8 minus 8 by 3, guys, is 5.33. So he has got 62.33. Right? Coming back to Anil, so it's really a lot of hard work. 14 plus 15, that is 29, and 16, that's 45. Okay. Incorrect is 2, 2, and 2, so that's a minus 2. 2 markers you will see is 2 plus 2 plus 2, so that's 6 into 2, 12. And incorrects are again 2, 2, 2, 2, so that's a minus 4. So this is 43 plus 8, that is going to be total of 51. Arun, on the other hand, has attempted 42 1 markers, and his incorrect is 2 plus 3, 5, and he has attempted 13 2 markers. So that is 26, and his incorrect in 2 markers is 10 by 3. So totally minus 5 ho jata hai, and this is 68 minus 5, 63. So as of right now, highest scorer is Amit. Who scored least in XAT? So I don't want to erase the whole link because we have marks here already. So XAT में तो 3 ही section है, and they are all simple 1 markers. Okay. So you have 12 plus 18, 30. Sorry, 4 sections, not 3. 30, 30, and this is 52 and 68. And negatives are 3 plus 4, 7, 9 and 12. So minus 4. So that is 64. For Alok, this number is 36, 56, 70. Incorrects are 2 and 8, 10 and 17. So 17 is basically 5.66. So this is 64.33. Anil ke liye it is 30 and 36, 66. And incorrects are 6 and 8, 14. So that is 4.66. So you have 61.33. And Arun is 30 and 39.69. And incorrects are suddenly here a lot, 18. So minus 6. So it's 66. So least score is by Anil. The cutoff in CAT was of net score of 12, 15 and 18. How many friends scored more than cutoffs in all three parts of the paper? So 12, 15 and 18. So ये दोनों मिला के 12 मिलना चाहिए, ये दोनों मिला के 15 और ये दोनों मिला के 18. Right? Let's just confirm that 12, 15 and 18. Okay. So let's quickly check. You have 17, तो ये score है ही. 7 and 5 into 2, 17. And then you have enough, 5 का gap, तो इतना तो incorrect नहीं है. So he has cleared the first section. He has cleared the first section, correct? If I look at this guy now, 14 and 18, again, this guy has also cleared the first section. All of them have cleared the first section. Okay. Now second section, the 15. So instead of now moving across second section, let's check for the third section because that has the highest cutoff. So 20 and 32, ये 18 तो हो ही जाएगा. 15 plus 8, 23. So this is critical, right? Get 23 correct and then 17 incorrect. So this is definitely one friend Alok has missed out on the third cutoff. यहाँ पे the cutoff is not met. Anil also is not going to meet the cutoff. Anil is on 20 and it's on -2. So remember guys, the cutoff was net score of this much. You want more than the cutoff. So Anil is also not going to meet it. Arun, of course, is going to meet it. So now I need to check Arun and Amit for the second section. So Arun you can clearly see has scored very little in the second section. So answer is going to be only Amit, 16 and 22, right? So he has enough. So only one friend. Who got the maximum negative marks in CAT? Exclude all positive marks scored from the total score. Least absolute difference between the two tests show most consistency. Who showed most consistency? So negative किसका ज़्यादा है? Yeah. So starting with Amit, the total negative Amit has scored, right, is 3 and 7 plus 9 and 11 plus 4. यहाँ पे 15 है negative. Okay. Alok has scored 10, 20 and 29 with 8, so that is 37. Anil has scored here negative of 2, 6, 12 and then 18. And Arun has scored a negative here of 6 plus 9, 15. So highest negative scorer remains Alok. And that is your best answer. Now we are looking for most consistency, which is the least difference. So if you check back, right, all of them have scored in the 60s for XAT. All of them have scored in the 60s for CAT also. So it's going to be actual calculations again, which we have already calculated a little while back, right? So here I just feel bad, I rubbed everything off. So we can get the CAT scores pretty quickly because the negatives are already here. So Amit ka CAT score, Amit, Alok, Anil and Arun. So please keep in mind कि double करना है 17 plus 22, correct? That is for 39 and then another 32, 71 and negative of minus 15. So his score is 66. I remember, yeah, we got 66 here. Alok is going to be on 20, 42 plus 15, which is 57 and 8, 65 and then minus 37, so that's 55 something. So Alok ka the consistency is not going to be that good. Coming to Anil. Anil is 14 plus 4, 18, 18 plus 19, 37 and then another 20, so that is 57. So again Anil is also not going to work. Finally Arun, you have 22 plus 14, right? 36, 56 plus 12, 68. So 68 minus 5, 63. These two are the guys who are in their 60s. Now XAT ka score, guys, that is very easy to find. You just need to add up 30 and 68. So you have 68 and the subtraction comes to around minus 4. So you have a 64. So there's absolute difference of only 2 here. Coming to Arun, sorry. This is 30, 50 and 69. And the negatives are 6. So there's an absolute difference of 0. So Arun is the guy who's the most consistent. And that is your answer. Right? Great, guys. I hope to see you again. Before that, here is the puzzle. A square is inscribed in a circle with diameter 2. So, iska diameter is 2. Okay, the circle. And the square is inscribed the circle. 4 smaller circles are then constructed with the diameters on the sides of the square. Okay, you have to find the area of the loom. Iska area nikalna hai. Shaded area, right? Great, guys. I'll see you again today evening when we'll do the remaining DILR questions, right? Please subscribe to Unacademy. I have told you all that there are a lot of benefits. First of all, we have a great environment for studying, right? You have the best infrastructure. You don't just have video classes, you have interaction with the educator. You have regular live polls, leaderboards, right? These are examples of a leaderboard. So you just saw that ABCD, right? That was the leaderboard. These are live polls that are taken during the class. Yeah, this is the leaderboard. Okay. And we are doing a lot of test series, both for CAT, XAT, SNAP. So taking those test series will give you a good nationwide rank, guys. And we have regular doubt solving. So obviously doubt solving to sab jagah hota hai. But यहाँ पे a student's question can actually be solved on the screen by the teacher, and that doesn't take place anywhere else, guys. Again, let me remind you that we have the National Scholarship Test. Again, this Sunday, you are going to have the math section. Top 50 scorers will get 5,000 rupees ka voucher, and it's a great test with great analysis. So do participate. And we are starting a plus batch for CAT 2021 from 4th of November. So I hope to see you there where we can all study together, right? So which subscription to go for, guys? Well, if you're focused on CAT 20, you can look at the 6-month subscription. If you are confused between 2021, then you can look at the 2-year subscription. Do use my code Munira10 to get a great discount. See you soon. Take care. Bye-bye.